Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to another brand new episode with Hi Moms with me, Emiram. Today, guess what? I'm taking us to the northern land and we are preparing some akara or kosi, like we all call it, and some Hausa Koko. So, guys, join me in this kitchen and let's get started with it. So we start off by soaking our millets overnight, 24 hours, and then after which we'll wash it in water 3 times, and from the third water we are putting it into the blender because we're blending it all together. So it's also important to note that soaking the millet overnight or some few hours, like 12 hours, helps give the porridge a very creamy texture. And so please remember to soak your millet overnight. So after putting this into the blender, we are going to be adding our natural spices or ingredient that will help give it the right taste that we're looking for. We're going to start with the chili pepper. Then we will add some cloves to it as well. We'll also add some Senegal pepper. It's also called Ahentia. I think I mentioned it well. Then we'll add some alligator pepper. Then we'll also add some ginger to it. I'm going to leave this in the description box so that you could also get to know them. With this, I'm adding some water, enough water that could help blend everything together. So guys, as a word of caution, the very first time I tried blending this in the blender, I think about 2 years ago, I destroyed my blender and then I had to buy a new one. It wasn't this. The one I bought also got broken, but it wasn't this. And so I stopped blending in the blender. I had to use the miller. So please, as a word of caution, if you don't have a very good blender, please do not use, because even this, I was scared. I had to stop the blender and check if everything was working well. I couldn't smell any funny smell, and then I had to continue blending it, and it was perfect. So please do not destroy a blender for me because of this. If you can use the miller, just use it. Anyways, we are done, and this is the texture we got. It was fine. I just like this texture that way. I'm going to be using this mesh-like strain to strain it out. If you use the strainer, the normal strainer, to strain it out, you have some particles in there, and maybe you have to use a mesh or a chiffon to save once again. So I got this one straight up and I'm using it to save it. And you could also add some water. You can add some water to it, but make sure you sieve it bit by bit, because if you add too much, trust me, it's very tiring. It's quite tiring. Not too much, not to scare you, but you have to do it bit by bit and then get the smooth texture like you're looking for. So we'll do this for a while and then get the chaff out and add some water as well to get it very clear. My first girl liked Hausa Koko so much that I have to buy it at a very special place every morning for her. So one day I got there and I spoke to the lady that I want to learn how to prepare the Hausa Koko because my girl is bothering me. So she told me whenever she meal, she will give me samples to put in the freezer and then use. I realized that was, going to waste a lot of time. So why don't she teach me how to do it? Then she taught me how to. The very first time I did it, it wasn't hot. It was very nice. I enjoyed it. Then the second time I tried it, I had a lot of pepper inside. So I went to her and I told her that, how? And she had to explain to me the ingredients and the stuff to use. Apparently, some of the ingredients kind of like are hot already. So if you add that and you add too much pepper to it, you realize that it becomes too hot. I think there's this nutmeg-like ingredient. I don't know the name it is, but you think you are adding to it for flavor, but honestly, it's a lot of pepper. I'll show you to you guys. I don't know, I've forgotten the name, sorry. I'll get it to you guys. So that's how come I learned, and especially her kosi. Her kosi was very fluffy, very soft. It was never hard. I enjoyed it. So I made sure she taught me how to do it, and I got it right. So yeah, we are done straining this, and then this is the outcome of it. We are going to leave this. On the normal circumstances, I'm supposed to leave this for about 24 hours or 12 hours so that you can get enough food out of it. But we are going to leave it for a while because I'm preparing this for the kids, so I'm going to leave it for a while and then I'll come back to it. While I leave it for like about 2 hours, I'm going to go ahead to start with my koose, and we are using the beans. So in the background, when I was sieving the item, I used warm water to soak this so that I could be able to take the chaff out of it. You can see I'm taking the black eye from it. I'm doing this because I don't want the black thing in the koose. The kids don't like it, but if you like it, then you don't need to take it out. I mean, you can soak it for it to be soft because I'm going to use a blender, but I don't need to take it out. So this is how I'm taking it out. I'm going to be rubbing it against themselves with my hand. It's going to be vigorous but then gentle. So this is how I'm going to do it. You can see from the video, I'm rubbing it against each other with my fingers. Yes, so that's what we're going to do for some time, and then we get the chaff out, and then we continue.
Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this.
Guys, this is how far we have come. You can see some we're able to remove and some were not. So we are going to take out the chaff from what we have done so far, then we'll do the others as well. And this is the chaff that we have taken out. This is the first part we have taken out. We'll do it again, and then this is the final outcome. I think this is better, even though I know not 100% has been taken out. This is quite better. We're going to add this to our blender, and then we'll add some pepper, red pepper to it. So I didn't add a lot of pepper because this was made for the kids. Yes. And then please remember to add quite an amount of water, not too much, just enough to be able to blend, not to stress the blender. Okay, so we are going to blend this all together, and then like you see the outcome. Yes, this is the outcome. It looks thick, very nice, and I bet you will enjoy this. You will enjoy it. Yes, so what we are going to do is to pour it into a bowl or a container or whatever and beat the hell out of it. But because I'm not going to be using all of this together, I will beat it for some time, and then I'll have to scoop it. Right amount I'll be using in with another bowl, and then beat it further so I can get it very light and fluffy. Yes.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop.
Yes, so guys, like I said earlier, we are going to beat this for a while, then we'll scoop it into another bowl before we beat that further. And so while we wait for some time, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my Hausa Koko. On fire is the water, and with this I'm checking on the millet. Like I said, it's supposed to sit down for about 24 hours or at least 12 hours. But I had to prepare this for the kids, and so within 2 hours I had to come back to check, and there's the food I got out of it. I could get more than that, and so even after scooping this, I will leave the rest for as long as possible to get the right amount of food I'm looking for. So I'm going to be mixing this with a little bit of water. You don't need to get the consistency very light. It should be quite thick, and then while the water is boiling, you need to pour it inside and continue stirring. Guys, can you imagine? I thought I was recording whilst pouring it into the saucepan and stirring it. Apparently I didn't. Please forgive your girl. I had to hold the phone myself while recording and preparing the food, so I totally forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the consistency. You can see. Please make sure that when you're pouring it into the water, the boiling water, you lower the heat, and then you stir it whilst pouring it to avoid some lumps into it. And even on fire, make sure you continue to stir it. If you want to add your sugar, whatever, you can add it. You don't need to add your salt. I think there's no need to add salt. I've never added salt to it, and I've never been told to add salt to it. And also, please do not allow it to boil on fire. You wouldn't like it. You will hate it. So the moment it thickens, and you see your sugar content is okay, please, you can take it out of the fire. And as you can see, it's ready. Preparing it doesn't take time at all. It's ready, so I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to leave it to cool down on water. So while doing that, I'm going to check on my koose, and like I said, I'll be scooping some on the side, and I'll beat it further because I'm going to save the other in the refrigerator. So I will beat the hell out of this one. I bet you I'm going to beat the hell out of it. And whilst beating it, make sure it feels fluffy and light. Yes, that's how you see it is ready. I'll add some onions. I'm not adding too much because the kids don't like it. Once again, you add a pinch of salt to it. You can also add any vegetables you like. You can add pepper, you can add carrot. I think the first time I did it, I added carrot. You can add carrot and whatever you want. It's fine. And like you see, we've scooped it, and then we are adding to the hot oil. There's no formula to this. You can decide to use your hand to scoop it. You can decide to use the ladder like I'm doing. You can decide to do it anyhow you want to do it. It's not straight and even. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that we get it fried, ready, and eat. So I'm going to be flipping this on the other side to allow the other side to also fry for some time, and then we'll leave it. We'll check on it. Our aim here is to get it at a golden brown. Also remember that when you put it in the oil, it will float. The moment it sinks, then you should know that you didn't beat it enough. Then it means you have to beat it more. So make sure it should be floating. It shouldn't sink in the hot oil.
Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I find myself.
Oh my goodness, guys, check this out. It's ready, and see the color. It's popping golden brown, so beautiful. I mean, you're allowed to brownish it anyhow you want it. If you want it very brown than this, you can actually get it the way you want it. But look at this. This is what I aimed at. So I did a second batch and I'm adding it to it, and it's so perfect, so soft. Oh my goodness. You know how you prepare your own meal and you enjoy it? Yes, that's how it feels like right now. And in the background, I already started eating some. Yes. So guys, you wouldn't regret this. You will enjoy it. Trust me, you will enjoy the fruit of your labor. Anyway, so I'm going to be serving this for the kids. Whoa. Before I forget, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and everyone for joining this family. All those who supported me, those who subscribed, the new subscribers, I promise you, you're not going to regret this journey. We're going to have a lot of fun, education. We're going to do a lot of stuff, and you wouldn't regret it. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. The love on the banku and okra, guys, it's so overwhelming, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, and please kindly share and invite more friends to join this family, because we're going to do a lot of stuff. It's not only about cooking, trust me, we're going to do a lot of stuff, and I need your support. Guys, I hope this video was quite inspiring. I hope you are inspired to prepare some, and I bet you this is going to be your go-to breakfast when you eventually try it, because it's going to taste right. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We have come to the end of our video, and I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Remember, it's always love from this side, and I love you all so much. Thank you, and until we meet again, have a great, wonderful week. Bye.